Ladies and gentlemen, stand up for my friend, and I made some big promises. Give him a big welcome and encourage him to give you all he's got. Robert Johnson is in the building.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. We're going to be talking tonight about collaboration. And many of you know that in a previous life, I was a scientist, worked as a chemist. I grew up in the 50s and the 60s. This was during the time when John F. Kennedy was issuing the proclamation that we wanted to put a man on the moon and bring him back safely, and encouraged all of us in my generation to get into science and math, which is what many of us did. So guys from my college, from my high school, went off to college. We all became scientists. I became a research chemist and had this image in my head of the chemist and the scientist on TV and the movies, and the long white coat and the horn-rimmed glasses, working long hours in the lab all by himself, trying to come up with the answers to today's problems. And he'd work and work and work, and when he found an answer, he could say, "Eureka, I've got the answer," and he could go out and tell everybody else about the answer. Well, that was my image, and that was the life that I lived for a long time. Had the privilege of working on what we called paintable silicone sealants, and on and on and on. So of course I'm working on this stuff, and there are people down the hall working on the same projects, and we're trying to figure out, competing against each other, who comes up with the answer first. And when you come up with the answer, in your head, if you didn't say it audibly, you could say, "Eureka, I've got the answer." And that was a pretty good feeling. Not too long after that, flow of information began to get pretty incredible. With the computers and the internet, reorganization said, we've got all these scientists working individually, competing against each other. Why don't we form a team? So they brought the scientists together, and we were now all a part of a team. That was a very unhappy experience. Because while we discovered that we were really good scientists, we were a lousy team because we didn't trust each other. We wanted to know, so if we come up with the answer, then who gets the credit for the answer? If it screws up, then who gets blamed for the screw up? So this whole team thing just wasn't working out very well. And I started wondering, what's going on here? Can it be that hard? We've solved some incredible problems. We've looked at some amazing technological challenges and been able to figure out how to overcome those challenges. Why is this team thing so difficult? So I started this journey thinking about this whole aspect of collaboration. What is it? What makes it work? What keeps it from working? And how in the world do we begin to move forward? And as we look more broadly, realizing that the world needs that discipline in order to figure out how to survive in many cases. So what I want to do tonight is just kind of take you through this little journey about the idea of collaboration and what does it look like? What does it feel like? People are starting to take notice of this, of the importance of this, of the power of this.